thickest weeds he could find. The senior agent raised a hand. "Keep your light low. If he's hiding, you should be able to see his breath." The agents could no longer see the path Arthur had taken, the grass so high it had just flopped back into place behind him. The senior agent made a helicopter blade gesture with his hand, meaning a 360 search of the area. During the agent's confusion, Arthur pulled out the camera's SD card and inserted it into his phone, moving his most recent video clip there. With his 4G connection, he opened a new email. He didn't have time to write an explanation, only a subject line saying, "Get this out there, trust no one," and formatted the email for encryption. He attached the video clip, then searched through recipients. It didn't take long. He only had 3 in his whole address book: his mum, his friend Wally, and a man named Tom Novak. His mum couldn't even work the toaster, let alone a laptop with an encrypted video file. Wally had been his only friend since they were little boys, and the last thing Arthur wanted was to bring a whole lot of heat down on him. Then there was Tom Novak. Tom Novak had never met Arthur, never spoken to him, and lived nearly 5,000 miles away in New York City. Yet he was the only person Arthur could trust now. He sent the email to Novak, then wiped his entire camera library and SD card. If they caught him, he would at least have a measure of deniability, except for trespassing. The phone was encrypted, so no one would be able to read the contents of the message or view the clip. But he wasn't ready to give in. Not yet. Although it was 2 against 1, Arthur knew that if he could just get another head start, and the agents couldn't tell what direction he'd gone off in, he might still make it home. What he needed was a diversion, and quickly. There were several more flashlights approaching in the distance from the airport runway. More agents were coming for backup. He woke up his phone screen, then tapped out an encrypted text message to Wally. "Call me in 30 seconds, life or death." They only ever communicated using encryption, knowing that the NSA was capable of tracking any unencrypted text or phone call in the world. Even with astronomical luck and years of computer processing, it would take centuries for a computer to unlock an encrypted message. All Arthur needed was 30 seconds. He hit send. It was going to be the longest 30 seconds of his life. He waited until both agents faced away from him. If he made the slightest sound while tossing the phone, the consequences could be fatal. Since 9/11, the American government and CIA hadn't exactly been sticklers for due process. Arthur had read enough from Tom Novak's columns in the Republic to know that if they got him now, they might put him away for years before even the prospect of a trial reared its head. That was the risk he had accepted. After setting the volume to loudest, Arthur lobbed his phone like a grenade as far as he could. It looped straight over the 2 agents, landing to their right. The gentle rustle of its landing was enough to make the closest agent jerk the torch towards the noise, his senses on highest alert. "Over here," he told his partner. Arthur tried to keep a countdown from 30 in his head, but lost count somewhere around 10. His heart shivered like it had been packed with ice. He held his breath. If it was going to work, he couldn't get away with even a second's hesitation. Arthur prayed silently. "Come on, Wally. Don't let me down. Not now." Buried down in the grass somewhere, the ringtone, the X-Files theme tune, came out muffled and quiet, but it was like a foghorn to the agents. They both whipped around, assuming, as Arthur had hoped, that the phone was still in their target's possession. They took several strides towards the noise. That was all Arthur needed. He leapt out of his hiding spot and took off towards his hometown of Shimani. When the agent saw the lit-up screen down in the grass, he realized what Arthur had done. He started a curse. Then got on his radio. "He got away. Get me Dennis Muller at NSA." He turned to his partner. "Did you see that badge on his jacket?" They'd both clocked it. Even during the heightened tension of a foot chase through unfamiliar territory, it was impossible to switch that part of their brains off. The agent got back on his radio. "I need everything they've got on a YouTube channel called Truth Army. I want names and addresses, and I want local assets up to kick indoors tonight." CIA Black Site, Camp 0, outskirts of Shimani, Monday, 1:03 a.m. Specialized Skills Officer Walter Sharp stared out of the window of the CIA block of the Stara Kikuta military complex set deep in the forest, seeing only blackness. The Polish Secret Service, Bureau Ochrony Reziadu, had operated from there since the Cold War and had now turned over a large chunk of its incarceration units to CIA. What had started out as a temporary base during the early days of the war on terror had turned into a seemingly permanent prison. A terror hotel, as Sharp called it.